Fighting games are Avatar open beta. Should we say that? I mean, there's been other stuff, but I think that's the most exciting thing for us in the last 2 weeks.
Probably, yeah.
Because
Alright. Yeah, yeah. Go
they
ahead.
probably like Street Fighter 6. I'm sure like revealed like the Yasmin the Yasmin Fighting Pass if you want Yasmin related cosmetics for your John World Tour who is now dead.
Yeah. There are actually no Yasmin related cosmetics. If you want, uh, Sweden colors for Juri and Chun-Li.
Sweden colors for Juri and Chun Li.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, all right then. Uh,
So yeah,
I don't
anyway.
get these fighting passes.
I mean, so some of them were cool, in the past. Were
Well, do they even come with arcade games anymore? Does
yes.
Capcom even have arcade games to give out?
Yes. I mean, it's games that I've never
Okay.
fucking heard of, but they are still giving out arcade games. But it's gone down
Uh,
from here's an entire outfit for John World Thor, who is now dead, and like a couple of titles and stuff like that, to a game, maybe an EX color or two for a couple of characters, like literally two characters at most, and titles, maybe a song.
okay.
At least the last couple that I remember were structured more or less like that.
Okay.
It's also like real bangers like Training Room Music, Street Fighter V.
Oh, oh boy. God, I do not remember the training room music from Street Fighter 5. When I try to think of the training room music from Street Fighter 5, I think of the combo trials music from Street Fighter 4. I can't explain why, but I just do. Well, no, actually, I can't explain why because I in the 13 years since I purchased Street Fighter 4 and then effectively got into fighting games beyond just Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat, I spent many hours in combo trials in Street Fighter 4 trying to go. Obviously, I need to get good at combos in order to be good at Street Fighter. But my God, Street Fighter has the hardest combos in the universe. Because, I was an ignorant young kid and didn't realize, no, that's just Street Fighter 4, bud.
Yeah.
That's Street Fighter 4 in specific. They just do that. Every time that you miss the input on every time you try to do a one frame link without plinking, somewhere the ghost of Ono is laughing at you and pointing while he laughs. And he's slapping his knee with the
Yeah,
other hand.
he's doing the Street Fighter 2 Blankov implos where he does flips.
Yeah. He wishes he could. Uh
So anyway, for news, did we talk about the Immortal in Invincible? Because I feel like we
oh,
have,
I
but I
think we did for just a little bit, and we were all
okay.
we kind of agreed with the general take of like, so the big DLC launch character is, hey, it's the notorious biggest fucking loser in the series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here you go. Shit.
All right, then uh, Tekken 2 is getting released on consoles. Or no, actually, not Tekken 2. Sorry, Tekken 1.
Oh, okay. I was about to say Tekken 2 has very much been available on consoles for some time. I've played Tekken 2 on my PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, that's cool.
All right.
Tekken 1, I'm willing to bet, is very primitive and not very good. Tekken 2 is like on the edge of good. Like Tekken 2
No,
is still worthwhile to play. It's still
no,
fun.
I
I
disagree.
disagree. But Tekken 3 is where Tekken starts. I think you can ask anyone and they'll tell you Tekken 3 is where Tekken starts.
Yeah.
The fact that there's only one character in Tekken 2 is capable of sidestepping should tell a story.
Yeah. All right. The world at large got a text message from Ragnar Bloodedge saying, "I lived, bitch."
Yes! That shit is crazy. I am very interested in the idea of Blaze Blue being alive again. I don't know how the fuck this happened. Have they said anything about any further content, or for now is it just honestly Vanilla the Trinity? Or well, that was her name, right? Vanilla the
No, no,
Trinity.
no. It was Platinum the Trinity. That was the little girl. The actual character that we're getting is Trinity. Trinity. Fucking Trinity. There we go. That's the word.
Yeah, and
Who
Platinum
is
the Trinity has three personalities in her head, and one of them
no,
was the original Trinity, right?
no. Platinum is the
What?
little girl. Trinity is her staff. Like Trinity, the ghost of Trinity, was put into the staff. I hit the microphone. So yeah, Trinity is the staff.
Okay.
And now,
So
yeah,
then are the two other personalities in Platinum's head?
I don't know.
Okay.
I never paid too much attention to Platinum because like my relationship with Platinum is that every time I play her, I'm really good with her. I also just don't like her, so I you know I have a good reason not to pay attention to her usually.
Yeah. I she's part of that vaunted Blaze Blue group of like, oh man, here's the character I'm good with,
Yeah,
but I don't like him. And then over there's the character I'm bad with, but I like him.
yeah.
Which, in fairness, I get luckier than you because I have Tager. I like Tager. I'm good with Tager. But I feel the same way playing Tager that I feel playing Kanji and Persona, and apparently playing Toph and Avatar of this character, I am just rolling. I am just fucking annihilating everything before me. And I that doesn't feel right for me in a fighting game. I feel like
See,
I should be challenged because I know I'm not quote unquote that good to be rolling
see,
you.
I disagree. I disagree. The reason your top when so unchallenged is it's strictly because of the lag I had with Pink's connection, which sounds like John's, but genuinely, like you try to fight someone when sometimes you can only just stand there and watch as you press the button and nothing happens while you get grabbed.
Yeah, that is true. Which we're gonna have to when we get to the Avatar beta, we're gonna have to hit that the fact that there were some technical difficulties due to the manner in which we were handling it.
Yeah, but like otherwise, Top feels like a strong grappler, sure, but she's not Kanji levels of like there is no answer. Like if you don't know the answer, there is no answer.
Yeah, I'm sure Kanji has an answer, but it's one of those things where I'd have to like I'm the only one out of us that's like goes to the lab and does research. So it's a funny situation where like the guy out of us who is going to be the most dedicated to I can go and do the lab, I can go and crawl through wikis and through Reddits and Discords to find my answer is the one out of us that's playing the character who has the really oppressive tool.
Yeah, I mean the thing with Kanji too is that like I did try to look online to people explaining it. It's just like most of the things I saw were basically boiled down to you're supposed to know. How do you not know how to deal with Kanji? He's not that good. Like no, Kanji
Yeah,
is okay.
the Reddit classic. The fucking Reddit classic of that's a stupid question, why ask?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, sweet. So you're not going to really answer the question, but you are going to type something up with your left hand while your right hand's reaching down your shorts, find your fucking penis and jerk it to your own fucking intelligence. How great.
Yeah, I mean the best one was I recently saw a video of Justin Wong, Lord Knight, and someone else I forget who, uh, just talking about like bad characters and showing them off. And the first character Lord Knight brings up is Kanji. Now, to be
Yeah,
fair,
it would not be the first time we've picked up a character and went, oh, this character's nasty. And then like the pro community is like, this character's the actual worst.
yeah. Although to be fair, Kanji, I only ever fought your Kanji in Ultimax, and apparently in Ultimax he got buffed. And Lord Knight was talking about the version in vanilla Persona 4 Arena, which was apparently
Oh
ass.
yes, I do remember this because you were saying that, I was like, that's weird. I remember hearing Kanji's okay in Ultimax. And then, you as you were midway through talking, I was like, oh wait, is this the original arena that nobody fucking plays?
But yeah,
Ooh.
regardless, I just had I cannot find anything to deal with kanji online. I mean, I'm sure if we just sat down and did the usual shtick of let's do 5 million matches, I could figure at least something out, maybe. but
Heh.
but otherwise, yeah. Toph, on the other hand, like I saw what I could do to defeat her game plan. The problem was that the execution wasn't possible to do it.
Yeah.
Like even with Tager, well, you don't play Tager because you deem him too dishonest. So I don't know if Tager is as bad as Kanji. When it comes to just like
I
having no answers.
there probably are some answers. And it's worth noting the version of Tager I put a lot of time into was Chrono Phantasma Tager. Tager in Chrono Phantasma was notoriously not just the best he ever was. Chrono Phantasma Tager is often argued to be just flatly one of the greatest grapplers in fighting game history.
Oh,
He is a fucking monster in Chrono Phantasma,
I see.
which is why he got smacked with the Nerf hammer really, really, really hard in Central Fiction. They got rid of several combo routes for him. They nerfed a good few of his magnet maneuvers. Notoriously, okay. Do you remember that video I sent you of, I believe you called it the Darth Vader combo?
Maybe.
Okay, well, for me, it's the clown shoes fucking combo with Tager, where you magnetize somebody, and because the part of his nerfs in Central Fiction was fucking up his ability to do the magnet stuff in the air, Tager can do the magnet pull air to air after he pops you up if he's magnetized you first. And it will cause you to not fly towards Tager, but over Tager. And then Tager can magnet again to cause you to fly in a circle in midair.
Ah, yeah.
And Tager can do that repeatedly in a loop that does no damage, but nonetheless allows him to run out the timer for about 40 seconds. And that is apparently allegedly considered a big problem because since they nerfed the shit out of everything else with Tager, some Tager mains, when they go online in Central Fiction, will just try and get a health lead and then do that for a timer scam.
I
And
see.
that is viewed as the optimal Tager strategy
Oh,
because your combos aren't that great, your grappling isn't as great as it used to be, magnetism isn't as great as it used to be. So just timer scam, you fucking nerd.
yeah.
Considering Central Fiction is probably the Blaze Blue we'll play going forwards anytime we want to play Blaze Blue, not only because hey, it's the one that's going to be getting the new DLC character, but because it's got the bigger roster, then I probably shouldn't have that whole thing I have of like, oh, I can't play Tager, he's dirty. Though then again, we'll still run into the routine problems of like, we'll both be going, oh man, the how am I forgetting his name? The green dude with the fedora.
Hazama?
Yeah, Hosma's so cool. Wish I could play him. And I'll be doing that with good old Bong Shishigami and Bullet as well. Because I have two on top of Hazama off the top of my head that's like, yeah, this character's cool. I don't know how to play him.
Yeah.
I also like Israel. I don't fully get him, but he feels like he's easier to pick up than others.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
forget. How do you feel about Valkenheim?
I learned him a while back in Chrono Phantasma because I wanted to have a character in older games as well, and then it turned out he's only in like one other game. But he's okay, but I don't only really like him in wolf form because then I can play him as Galen. Otherwise, his normals are just too stinky.
That's generally the description for virtually every character you don't like in Blaze Blue, isn't it?
More or less. I mean, like that's the weird thing of like the two characters that I can play semi-consistently to some extent are Hazama and Susanoo, and not only are they the same guy secretly, but but also like they just have the least weirdo normals. Susanoo especially. Like the thing with Susanoo that makes him weird is that bless you is that Susanoo
Thank you.
starts with a special move. He has 12. He starts
Yep.
with a special move, and you have to do various normals to unlock the special moves. But usually by that time, because Susanoo deals like decent damage, so usually by that time you actually have no specials up, the opponent is dead.
Does is it retained across rounds?
Yes,
Okay, so you can try and focus on unlocking one round and then using your actual special moves the next, right?
I suppose so. Yeah,
Okay.
but like his normals feel very gimped in like his normals are built around his specials still. It's just he doesn't have them for half the match. So
Yeah.
and then I like Jubei, but Jubei is a very difficult character who is like very actually like he's actually very easy at a conceptual level. And then I found that playing him is difficult because he has a hard time doing anything really aside from zoning.
Really? Okay. I remember your Jubei actually being pretty monstrous.
Oh, I did learn one combo with him. Not last time we played. Like last time we actually tried to get into Blaze Blue. I guess
Yeah.
I did learn one combo with Jubei, so that might have retained. I don't remember.
I think I learned a few combos with several characters, but like Blaze Blue's really weird on several characters because you can do air throws mid combo,
Yeah,
and that's cool, don't get me wrong. But like it's really optimal for a lot of the cast to do air throws mid combo because
yeah.
like I don't know how it is. I like Blaze Blue is the kind of game where I think like throws are different for every character. But, like, a lot of the cast, like, will get a wall bounce or something, or a ground bounce from an air throw.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I should be going for air throw, like, all the fucking time.
I mean, I think for me personally, it really summarizes my relationship with Blaze Blue. That I remember there was a week. This was like the second time we really tried to get into Blaze Blue. I actually sat down and really tried to learn Hazama, and I got good enough with Hazama to be able to do his special ability. Like I could actually do the combos like you're supposed to with him, where you catch people in the air with that and then pull them or pull yourself towards them and stuff like that. That was a thing for a week. I haven't been able to do it before, and I haven't been able to do it since.
Yeah, that's another thing. Hosma with his, like, combos where it's all about the push and the pull and all that. You know, I think Blaze Blue, a large part of its issue is that Blaze Blue can seem very curious to us. Because Blaze Blue is like, if you're really wanting, like, I want a fighting game that's fucking weird. I want some weird fucking characters. I want some weird fucking moves. I want some weird fucking base game mechanics. Then it's like, okay, I can go with Guilty Gear. I can go with Blaze Blue. And Guilty Gear, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. Then Blaze Blue, it's like, oh, too weird, too weird, too weird. Back up, back up,
Yeah.
back up.
Like I think for me, really the major thing that keeps me from liking Blaze Blue as much as Guilty Gear or just in general is just the normals. If the normals were less weird, I would be fine with everything else. Because like for Nine the Phantom, I actually really like the design idea behind Nine the Phantom of okay, what if Invoker was a fighting game character?
Yeah.
Like genuinely, that is, if I do pick up the Humble
Oh, I
Bundle
know.
thing, I am gonna give a shot to fucking Asuka. Cause
Ooh, okay. I've been thinking about picking up that DLC as well.
Because it sounds like the way they implemented Deathman in Strive is like Diet 9 the Phantom, and you know, maybe I can wrap my head around that. Because 9, I tried to learn, and I actually was okay with her for a bit. But you actually need, like, it's one of those things where you actually do need to remember the recipes for the magic, otherwise you'll just die. So yeah, I'm happy that Trinity is coming to Blaze Blue. I'm surprised that they went with her, I guess, but then I don't know who else they could have added.
I mean, the sky's the limit, but Trinity, to my understanding, was the last one left out of the 6 heroes that they
Yes,
hadn't added.
yes, she was.
So that it's kind of like it's almost like Blaze Blue's finished now in a sense, except that once one character comes, people are going to be asking like, okay, so where's the rest of the DLC season?
Yeah. We're adding all of your favorite Blaze Blue characters. Trinity, LeBron James, Ronald McDonald.
Oh shit!
So, yeah, that then let's see. There's all of Blaze Blue, of course, as you'd imagine. Robokey. I think we might be
I
the
have
last bastion. We might be the last bastion of the people who refer to these characters as Key and not Kai. Which, I mean, Kai is the official pronunciation, but fuck that.
yeah, that's weird to me. It's been Key for the longest time.
I mean, it's like, oh, bloody hell. I forget. Well, there's Ultressa, I guess, for the Fate fans, but I feel like there's also another series that we like, where there's an official pronunciation and we said fuck that and we just use our own.
Ooh. I mean, that surely happens, but that
Zangief? Zangief is one. Potemkin?
yeah, Geef, it's not like a willful thing of like fuck you, I'm never calling him Zangief. It's just that I forget to.
Yeah, but Potemkin, we definitely call Potemkin on purpose and not Pochumkin, which is the actual pronunciation of the name.
Do they even call him Pachumpkin in any of the games?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, in both Strive and Exerd. He's Pochumkin.
Really?
Yes.
Huh, I never noticed.
You did, you just forget.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Let's see. Who else can I think of? I forget. Like I don't know any others, but anyway, like even outside of us, there is this whole thing of in Fate Stay Night or just the Fate series in general. There's the Rule 63 King Arthur called Altria, or well, you know that's the thing. The official name is Altria, and the fans refer to her as Arturia because she's King Arthur. And that is the way that you can read the way that her name is written in Japanese.
Oh, okay. It's one of those LR things where Japanese is like, nah. Excuse me.
Yeah, and so the official pronunciation for it is once again Altria, and people just don't like that. So,
Yeah.
or an even better example actually is Roronoa Zoro. Because I don't know, have you read the official manga at all?
Highlights.
Okay, do you know what Zoro is called?
Zolo.
Yes, because copyright.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. That is the reason.
Yeah. Uh, in the anime, at least, he's called Zoro.
Yeah.
That one is just one of simply like the translators went, no, you guys didn't intend for it to sound like this. You may have thought you intended for it to sound like this, but you didn't.
Yeah. And so yeah, there's a couple cases of that. So I don't think it's too out of the ordinary for us to just refer to these characters as Roboki and Ki Kesuke. Cause
Yeah.
fuck it. Anyway, as is the case with Strive, half of Roboki's moveset it remains intact, and the other half is in there. I guess.
Yep. If he had access to his full moveset, he'd be sole bad guy, and we can't allow that.
Yeah. Like, I appreciated the couple of actual like Robokey exclusive moves that he used to have showing up again, and then I saw him do literally anything else, and I went, this isn't Robokey's entire shtick. His name is Robokey. He is a facsimile of Ki Kiske. So why does he have no Ki Kiske moves? Zero.
Does the new Robokey have no classic key moves?
No. None.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't even have the big sword anymore. He has two katanas.
Well, I saw that he now is dual wielding, which I thought, okay, that's a neat way to split him from original key. But there does come the time where it's like, okay, he has nothing in common with the original key anymore. But I guess to a certain degree, they're just kind of intending that. I mean, on some level, it's got to be that the Guilty Gear 2.0, they want to have an exciting, big launch. And starting it with a character who was, in some form or another, originally a palette swap, they may fear looks cheap.
I guess, but I feel like this would have been a good point to reintroduce some of the older moves that he had that they removed from him in Strive, while also retooling them to work in Strive, I guess. Because, like, Pizza Savior could have come back retooled, considering that he still has the same fucking move but with kicks now.
Well, here's the issue: is you're assuming that they want to pay respect to the previous Guilty Gears.
True.
Like, if anything, it's quite the opposite. This like Guilty Gear Strive has very clearly, on a lot of levels, been the presentation of Guilty Gear before did not make it, it made negative money, and we can't continue to do that. And like, obviously, you and I, as Guilty Gear fans, don't appreciate that. But at the end of the day, that's going to be what's going on here. On top of the fact that Izuatari is going to be the sort of artistic type who wants to do things very differently. And he now has his certain way that he wants things to go, that he is going to repeatedly do. And if you don't like the way things Izuatari is doing now, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Although I do wonder how involved he is in Strive anymore, because I don't even remember where his name is in the credits.
God, I thought you said that you had looked into it and saw that like Strive was mostly like an Izuatari thing, that he was the one that was pushing for it to be wildly different.
No, I remember that the whatchamacallit, the fighting designer is someone completely else.
Huh, okay.
Uh, okay. What do you mean by designer? Okay. Well, he's not the director.
Okay.
He is the composer, apparently.
Okay.
He is the designer. But hmm. All right, it's difficult to say, I guess. Because like him being the game designer would mean that he is calling the shots, except he's not the director, and the director has more control than he does on the product. So
All right.
yeah, difficult to say. Anyway, DOA 6 released, or well, was re-released.
Yes, I don't think they showed anything particularly exciting going on there, except they added a few more costumes, right?
Yes, there's a new character coming in during the summer. That's it.
Oh, I forgot they were going to do that, which I assume that's a DOA 7 tease, right?
Probably.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Virtua Fighter keeps showing off more of their World Tour mode, completely blowing Street Fighter out of the water by virtue of the people who were making these games made open world games before.
Yeah, World Tour definitely had elements to it already of like, man, there's a lot of Yakuza and Shenmue going on here. And now there's a competitor being made by the guys who make Yakuza.
Yeah. That's happening. Tekken is making a new cartoon, and it's Teen Titans Go.
Really?
Yes,
Why?
money.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with money.
It features all of your favorite Tekken characters who definitely all matter to the plot, including Kazuya, Alisa Boskonovich, Kuma, Yoshimitsu, Paul Phoenix.
Okay, I remember seeing the announcement of this actually now. I just put it out of my mind because I didn't give a shit. And I do remember seeing it and going, really, Elisa over Nina?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where like, well, of course it's Elisa over Nina. Elisa, like Tekken is we've talked about this endlessly before by now. But Tekken is at the point where you can tell Bamco regrets making like half that fucking roster.
Yeah.
But like Elisa being there is just kind of further going along with the thing of like, oh yeah, we wish Elisa was there from the front because like look at her, she's money, she's a great waifu. Look at her.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising adds a new character called Id.
Oh, it's still chugging along, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, good for them.
Yeah. Uni 2 showed off Zohar. Do not mess with Zohar. She will spike you.
Really? Okay, I didn't see this.
Okay, yeah. Let me. Never mind. Let me not. You can look it up, I guess. I can't. I am literally being stopped from sharing it this with you. So.
Okay. I am looking this up.
All right, Zohar is the name of the character. For Uni 2, she has a persona.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I see the thumbnail, and immediately that's striking the little persona thing.
Yeah. So from the gameplay that I saw, she is a zoner. She sends out the persona to keep away.
Okay.
That's about it. She looked all right,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me skip the lore bits. I don't know about uni lore, nor do I care. Oh, okay. So until she activates her, she's just a little like pin that follows her around. That's fun.
Yeah.
This does look like a Persona character.
Frenchman is trying to get that Persona 5 arena going.
Ah, God, I wish.
I mean, shit, Frenchman would make a good Persona 5 arena. Actually, no, scratch that. Let Frenchman make Persona 6 arena.
I mean, it's on one hand, I would say, well, it is the more appropriate to make a Persona 6 arena. They've kind of let Persona 5's lifetime run pass them by. On the other hand, I would not be shocked for a second if they would be late to the game and be like, yeah, here's Persona 5 arena, boys and girls. We're here finally to make the fighting game to go alongside the hot new release Persona 5.
Yeah. I mean, then again, like, have you seen the numbers on Persona 5?
What do you mean the numbers?
Persona 5 still routinely outsells, like, most of Sega's offerings.
Okay, that would make sense.
Like,
But
I think that the games that come close are Yakuza and Sonic. And, like, even then, Yakuza, when they come out, they sell good for that year. And then they sell half as many units, and then they drop off. Sonic games sell less than Yakuza, roughly, and then they drop off. Persona 5 has had like 3 entire surges that surges of selling better than the Yakuza game that came out that year. So
with Yakuza, I'd be shocked if Zero doesn't have some good legs.
Zero probably does. The thing that I saw, the little data sheet that they released, only went back as far as I want to say like Kiwami 2 or something like that.
Okay.
Like it only went back like 5 years or
Yeah,
so.
Yakuza is one of those series where it can get a bit messy, where people will start to ignore it because it's like, its yearly releases and the games don't change a tremendous amount between them.
Yeah, it also doesn't hurt that like in following the footsteps of repeating the mistakes of Assassin's Creed, people are already seemingly tired of the open or the whatchamacallit, the turn-based RPG Yakuzas. Though that's more so because of the whatchamacallit, the way that they handle the story and the characters. In that case,
I've not heard one way or the other.
oh, I've heard a lot of people saying, "Man, I fucking hate the direction of the new things." Like, 8's story was fucking ass, and then they came out with Pirate Yakuza, and that game just sucked, more or less. And
Okay,
I have no
I
hopes.
did not hear a lot of good about Pirate Yakuza.
Yeah, like it was a thing of like 8 was the start of a downward trend where people went, okay, it's all really good because of because people liking the novelty of 7, and then
Yeah.
8 was already at the beginning of the end of like the story isn't really there, but it's still the same gameplay, so it might be fine. And then Pirate Yakuza came out and doubled down on the story, and they went no. And so basically now we're waiting on the next actual Yakuza installment to see if the thing continues.
Okay.
Which, like, Sega has RGG Studios have been really smart about it and just making shit that isn't Yakuza, but isn't.
Oh.
Like currently they're making Stranger Than Heaven, which is Yakuza, but it's not because it's Stranger Than Heaven, but it is actually Yakuza -1.
Yeah. Which didn't the guy that makes made the classic Yakuzas, didn't he start on making his own thing?
Oh, that's dead.
And yeah, I was about to say, and then it died horribly.
Yes. But what he did is that he went, hey, I'm just gonna make Yakuza again, on Tencent money, and then he borrowed $40 million from Tencent, and from the $40 million, he got like a very famous Korean actor to be the protagonist. And then Tencent, in the meanwhile, like while he was setting up the deal, Tencent went, "Hey, we don't actually want to pay like all of these foreign companies to make games for us anymore." So
Okay.
then Nagoshi went to Tencent and went, "Hey, I need $40 more million to finish the game," and Tencent went, "No."
Understandably.
Yes.
Yeah, Nagoshi, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the one that's always like posing like he's a big rock star, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's also really funny when you hear about the fact that he used to work on the fucking Monkey Ball games. That's where he started.
Okay. That guy always struck me as a bit off. off because he seemed to think he was a rock star.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like a combination of things with him, where like I feel like he was good for the Yakuza series, and I feel like the Yakuza series was good for him, but without each other, they're just gonna fall apart.
Eh?
You know,
Yeah.
because like the biggest thing for me is that like when facing the backlash with Pirate Yakuza, the writer, which may I remind you, the writer for Pirate Yakuza is the same guy who wrote Yakuza 0. The writer
Okay.
came out and said, "We cannot write serious stories with Majima. He's not a character that you can write a serious story around."
Okay.
I just feel like that's a major misunderstanding of Majima's character, which they set up. Like they retconned him to be actually to be able to work that way, and then they just went, "Nah, actually, no, never mind." I guess.
Lols.
Yeah. Anyway, fighting games. Uh, Project Tail announced 2 characters, or it's a ice climbers thing. I can't tell. It's Riot. They're called Lux and Samira.
Okay. Say that again?
Lux and Samira. Samira, maybe?
Uh,
Yeah.
is she the one with the purple skin and the unicorn horn?
No, it's a white woman with a the thumbnail that I'm seeing is a white woman with a glaive, or not a glaive, just a staff with crystals on it.
Okay, that could go either way, but that sounds like that's a new character. I don't remember there being like there are a few characters I could think of from my time with League that I could see as being like ice climber situations, but the my memory was that it wouldn't be any of the wizards.
Okay. Then Virtua Fighter also announced the Bakunawa Killer as a playable character, and people are speculating that it's either Lao Chan or it could be the monk guy turned evil.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Apparently, the monk guy was evil already, but
Okay.
yeah, but the monk guy turned more evil, like very obviously evil, I guess.
Okay.
So that could be interesting. Then Tekken 8, yeah.
Sorry, water went down the wrong. I'm on mute for a second.
Okay. Well, then I guess to talk about something while W sorts that out. Tekken 8 did reveal Bob. He's a joke now. Not a funny joke, but he's a joke, like most of the cast.
That's the entirety of the Tekken cast. They regret making anything that isn't a Mishima.
Yep.
I've not seen the Bob trailer. I don't pay attention to what Tekken reveals. I don't care. But are you serious with them saying that they've turned Bob into a joke, or are you just because I know you don't like Bob, so I don't know if you're like
No,
just
I
saying
like.
like
That's the thing. I
Bob.
like Bob.
Oh, I thought you didn't like Bob.
No, I'm. I mean, I preferred Slim Bob because I think that's a funnier joke than just regular Bob being fast. But otherwise, like, yeah, I'm fine with Bob. You know,
Okay.
I don't like Bob being cross Tekken because then he's teamed with Rufus and and also handled by Ono.
Yeah. Which Ono obviously like Ono's the type who can't think of fat people as anything but jokes.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Tekken 8. No, but actually, like, no joke. Actually, yes. So Bob's whole thing.
Oh no.
Bob's whole thing now seems to be that he runs a burger restaurant and is fat. Laugh.
I'm laughing on the inside. Ugh. All right.
So yeah. Anyway, Art of Fighting 3 is getting 2 new characters.
3?
Yes.
As in the 2D sprite-based game
Yes.
that is 30 years old.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
They're adding King and Yuri.
I forgot King and Yuri weren't in the game. God, well, that's gonna make our Fighting 3 much better, and it's gonna make it feel like it more properly belongs in the series.
I like one of the comments. I'm opening up the article to look at it, and one of the comments is in before Capcom announces Street Fighter Alpha 4 with like young JP or something.
Yeah, that. Could you imagine?
I mean, I'd fucking pop if they announced Street Fighter Alpha 4. I love Alpha. Like shit,
yeah.
just make it so there's dashes for modern quality of life. Just change nothing about the games.
God, they might not even do that. They might just go like, fuck it, we're making it classic, bitch. You want classic? We'll give you fucking classic.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's wild, but that's cool.
Darkstalkers 4, and it's just Darkstalkers 3, but Morrigan has an Ultra HD like model, and everyone else is still sprites, even the backgrounds.
That's an eternal bit for you, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, I just love that they reused that fucking sprite for so long.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Because like, you know, if it was a thing of like, I don't know. Like, I guess if it was a thing like the alpha sprites, that they also used very haphazardly in the 90s, the late 90s, Capcom did. I'd be fine with that because, you know, that was one of the newest ones when they started doing that, and then I don't know why they just, you know, stopped making new sprites, but whatever, money probably, but you know, all that, like, I can understand it from that point. That wasn't the newest Morrigan sprite. Like, why are we still using the sprite from fucking Darkstalkers 1?
Yeah, Morrigan's weird because she got uglier with time. Not just because, like, her sprite was very obviously out of date by the time of, like, a lot of her big appearances. But on top of that, like, it was quite visible they were using the Morrigan sprite from the earlier entries in the series, even though, like, Vampire Savior had obviously a much better looking Morrigan.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's good. I mean, actually, it's bad, but you know.
Yeah, but yeah, like that's the thing. Like, that's what makes it funny for me. It's like it's genuinely like if fucking they did CVS 2 and they did the CVS 2 sprite art for the KOF characters, the SNK characters, and it was still Street Fighter 1 Ryu. Like Third Strike is out, but it's Street Fighter 1 Ryu.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be good. Could you imagine?
Yeah. And like that's the reason that Morrigan is an eternal bit to me, because that is genuinely what they did to her.
Oh shit! Fighting games.
Yeah. So anyway, Tokon announced the last team, making of made up of all the characters that you expect. Ghost Rider and all of his Ghost Rider friends. Deadpool, Blade, Loki.
This team cracks me up. Because the Spider-Man team is about as bad as it's going to get for there's no theme. We just put together whatever fucking characters we wanted, right?
Yeah.
And you can draw maybe a theme. You can draw a theme between Spider-Man and Kamala Khan because it's like, oh, well, they're both street heroes. You can draw a theme between Spider-Man and Penny Parker. Oh, well, they're both spider-themed heroes. You can draw a line between Star-Lord and Penny Parker. Well, they're both sci-fi heroes. But there is no connective tissue that unites all four. And there is no discernible connective tissue between Spider-Man and Star-Lord other than the fact that they're both named Peter.
Yeah.
And we have roughly the same thing going on here with this team. Where, okay, there's a connective tissue between Ghost Rider, Blade, and Loki. They're all three supernatural. Okay, fair enough. There's a connective tissue between Blade and Deadpool. They're both swordsmen. Okay, fair enough. There's a connective tissue between Loki and Deadpool. They're both anti-heroes. Okay, fair enough. But for one thing, there is nothing that unites all four, because Deadpool's not a supernatural hero like the other three. And the team is called the Midnight Suns.
No, it's the Samurai Outriders.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, I completely made that up in my head. Then I must have saw the team and went like, "Oh, it's the Midnight Suns, but with Deadpool."
Yeah, no.
Even
Actually, if you watch the trailer, Deadpool shouts themselves out as the Midnight Suns. So
okay, so that's the gimmick: is Deadpool wants it to be the Midnight Suns, but the others won't accept it because he's not supernatural, and you have to be supernatural to be a Midnight Sun, no matter what the video game tells you. Nonetheless, even with that regard, it's like, well, yeah, Blade and Ghost Rider is Midnight Suns, absolutely. And Deadpool obviously doesn't belong because he's not supernatural. Loki has, to my knowledge, never been a Midnight Sun.
yeah. I mean,
Granted, with Loki, you got to handle the fact that up until about 20 years ago, Loki had consistently been a bad guy 100% of the time in the comics. But nonetheless, that's. I find it funny, but I appreciate they're not sticking so rigidly to team so that the future DLC seasons don't have to be like, well, we've got 2 or 3 guys in this team that people want. Then there's the one guy that nobody wants. We're putting him in there because it's appropriate that he be part of the team, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, my thing is that, like, you could have made this make sense. Like, just move Deadpool into the Spider-Man team.
Yeah, but Star-Lord also doesn't belong with the Midnight Suns. Though he is an outrider, I guess, so that one they can pull, maybe.
I literally just move Deadpool next to Spider-Man. He loves it there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Like, because then it would be three characters who are connected to Spider-Man. Then Spider-Man is the connecting tissue.
Yeah. That could work. I want them to have a team in the DLCs, though, that is just 4 randomly assembled very popular characters who have no association with each other whatsoever. Just label it Team Random bullshit.
Yeah. Now we also need to note that Deadpool is stealing everyone's shit.
Yes.
On purpose.
Deadpool looks great in this Tokon trailer. There was going to be a question with handling Deadpool and Tokon of like, okay, how is Arxis going to go further than how Capcom handled Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
While we can't speak for gameplay purposes, this Deadpool will probably be lamer than Capcom Deadpool, just by nature of the fact that Tokon is trying to be intentionally very scaled back. But excuse me. For just pure visual sake and for pure meme sake, Deadpool looks great in Tokon.
Yeah. Although some of the things that they that people are pointing out, like I get the connection, but also no, you're wrong. Like saying that Deadpool is doing the Jacko pose. That pose has been a meme in artist circles for like half a year before Jacko did it. At least.
I'm going to say it's the Jacko pose.
I'm not, because I'm not a fucking dumbass moron.
Well, okay, I guess I am a dumbass moron, but that is to me very obviously the Jacko pose. And for it to specifically be from Arxis themselves stands out to me as well.
Yeah. But there's also some things that just bugged me when people were listing this shit. Cause like it's like fucking Deadpool has Faust's air special where he throws shit.
Yes.
And people were saying that that's a reference to Moon Knight. And like, yes, the line is a reference to Moon Knight. The move isn't.
You've seen the comic panel that people have made
Yes.
where Moon Knight says random bullshit go.
Yes.
It's a reference to both. It's a reference to both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The line is a reference to Moon Knight, what the move isn't.
Well, it's arguably, I wouldn't say it's a reference to Faust. I'd honestly say it's a reference to Capcom's take on Deadpool. Because that is like pineapple surprise. I don't
Sure,
even
but did
remember
he
what
do
he'd
a
say for throwing shuriken or the bolas, but in my head, that's just pineapple surprise because he's making the same pose he did with pineapple surprise.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask.
The what was it I was going to say? The move that popped me, obviously. I'm a simple man. I'm easy to please. The moment I saw him throw a fucking bungee cord to pull somebody in and uppercut them, as a second Deadpool appears in the corner
Oh,
and
yeah,
just
the
slides
toasty.
into frame. Look. This is gonna be me fucking what's the word when you're Don Quixoteing, lowering my lance at windmills here.
I
The
guess.
amount of people who are firm East versus West, East is superior to West mentality when it comes to fighting games, there's not that many of them. But they still get on my nerves.
Yeah.
So I love when fighting game devs from opposite sides of the Pacific have shout outs to each other. So that was a very easy pop for me to see a bit of love from Arxis towards NRS.
Yeah.
So that popped me real good. But like virtually everything Deadpool's doing was real good pops there. But it is worth noting, it's not just the Deadpool team here. Obviously, we've seen Ghost Rider, we've seen plenty of Ghost Rider over the last year. But this has also been the moment of like, oh right, somehow Capcom never put Blade or Loki in the games.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where it's like in hindsight, like, oh, yeah, that's kind of weird, come to think of it.
I mean, for me, the major thing was that, like, you know, there's all of this, there's all this big push around Blade right now, which is why he's in the game at all. I looked at Blade in Tokon, and I went, that's Wesley Snipes. And that very much fucking is Wesley Snipes. Like, that's
like, so much of this has been hilarious because it's like, very obviously, they expected 2026 to be the year that the Marshall Ali Blade movie came out. And yeah, it hasn't.
yeah. And like, you know,
And
once again, like I'll repeat what I said in the text thing. There is zero way that they got to shooting and they have no concept art for the Marshall Ali Blade. So
yeah,
it was then the reason that they would use that as a basis, considering that they wanted to be working together with that. No, it's Wesley Snipes, and I'm not complaining because I love Wesley Snipes' Blade. Like, for me, it will forever be true that there is only one Blade, even if the movie actually comes out. But you know, it just really makes it funny that not only is Wesley Snipes' Blade correct in that movie, also he keeps winning.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can tell there's a certain time where fighting game devs like, I've noticed like a substantial amount of fighting game characters, of just black characters in general in the 2000s coming out of Japan, were very clearly Blade has come out and Blade's the fucking coolest. We want our black characters to be Wesley Snipes, right?
Yes. Around my neck of the woods, we called it the golden era.
All right. Oh shit. Ooh, good bit, good bit. Oh, all right.
But yeah, like that's basically my takeaway. Because like I was too busy caught up like caught up in the joy, I guess, of it actually just being fucking Wesley Snipes again, to pay attention to how Blade actually seems to play.
Yeah, we're gonna be in that space with all the Tokon characters because that's how I was looking at the Tokon characters, like in the an early initial trailer. It wasn't until afterwards when Arxa started to sit down and explain the shit that's like, oh, Storm's a grappler who can use the wind to pull the opponent towards her,
Yeah.
and Doctor Doom has a reflect screen, and Captain America is Terry Bogard for some reason.
Bonin.
So that's gonna have to be the thing here. Now, hang on. I'm going to look up when the open beta is because that open beta is going to be important.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be when we get to grips with it and we start to really see, like, okay, this is the moment where we're testing things out here. Oh, I don't want to see the fucking closed beta. Okay, the July 24th through July 26th,
All right.
which is
2
hang
weeks.
on just a second. Well, that's 2 weeks, yes, but also importantly, that starts the day after Avatar's release.
Oh.
Those fucking cockbags. Anyways. While I'm looking it up, I just happened to see the picture of Blade's super. I forgot that Blade's level 3 super is doing the biking thing where he's doing the samurai run through bit while he's in front of the blood moon. But anyways,
Yeah.
24th through the 26th, that is going to be the big thing because that's going to be the test that's going to, for one thing, be the stress test, right, for servers. That's going to be the primary point of that test. Like, there was a lot of concern with the earlier closed betas for Tokon that it's like, oh, they may not actually want feedback on the game itself. They just want to see whether they can stress test their servers properly. This one is going to be the one of like, yes, stress testing the servers is the definitive purpose. They're probably not going to care what about what they get for game feedback. Nonetheless, it's going to be already with the closed betas. They seem to take on some degree of feedback and go like, okay, we need to stratify the roster. We need to make it more asymmetric. The characters are too samey right now, so we'll add some sauce.
Yeah.
So this is going to also be for the player base, though for Arxis probably won't give a shit at this point. It's probably too late in the game for them to make major changes to the balance. Anyways, this is for the player base going to be the test of, okay, is the sauce real now?
Yeah.
I will say, though, we are also in a position with Tokon where it's like, due to the wonders of Parsec, I can pick up Tokon when it comes out, and we can just play it from there and see. We can get in the sets with released version of Tokon and see if Tokon is something substantial that you may want to look into at some point, or if it's like one of those games where it's like, ooh, this feels like Battle for the Grid. You know what, Alex? You can keep it.
Yeah. I mean, the Battle for the Grid, I don't think we're gonna get close to Battle for the Grid, because. But I should make a graphic for this sometime. But there's like a sliding spectrum of game feel, and somehow
there's like a web going out from Battle for the Grid. Battle for the Grid's the center, and there's a web going out from it. And the outer rim are the games that you really enjoy the feeling of, right? The outer rim of the web is like, okay, we got Street Fighter Alpha out here, we got Street Fighter 6 out here, we got Guilty Gear Xrd out here, and at the center is Battle for the Grid. And Battle for the Grid is the ultimate epitome of samey, bad feeling movement and combos that you don't want, and then you need to deviate out from there to be special. It's a web scheme out from there, a spider web scheme.
You need to use Spider-Man's web ability to be able to escape the clutches of Battle for the Grid. No, but
oh shit.
Yeah, like that's the thing of like Battle for the Grid, like genuinely, it really comes down to what a game is trying to do. Because there's a couple of games that I look at as like this is the diverse representation of this genre of fighting game that I have played, and there's a couple of them. Like Battle for the Grid for hyper fighters is the thing where like people can enjoy it. People do enjoy it. I'm happy for them. I am incapable of enjoying Battle for the Grid because it is like. I mean, I think it's also a part of like people going, oh, if you like big combo and crazy roots, then you should play this. And it plays nothing like any of the games that I like that do that, because it's very simplified and very easy to do the big combos, which are antithetical to what I enjoy about the big combos.
It also just feels bad.
Yes, very much so. But but yeah,
Because when I was hitting a little bit about for the grid back in the day, I was like, you know what? I can see there being potentially some depth to the combos here. But it feels real bad.
yes.
It don't feel good.
Like I would say for footsies based fighters, for traditional fighters, the worst one that I've played personally. Well, I've also had the thing here of like I have played worse fighting games than this, than both of these
Oh, yeah.
games. But those games
Yeah, absolutely.
I would not qualify in the list because they're that bad.
Like, when you're talking about rank the enjoyable 3D fight or 3D platformers, you don't include Bubsy 3D on the list.
Yeah,
When you're talking about ranking for the fighting games in terms of quality, you don't have to worry about including Paws of Fury or whatever it was
yeah.
called. You don't have to worry about including Balls 3D.
The one that sticks out to me is fucking Abella Burn, I believe.
Like, when you're ranking fighting games, the bottom
No.
threshold are Kusoge.
Yes.
Like, that is the minimum threshold for fighting game quality for it to be worth talking about.
Yeah. And
Because
so
there is
yeah.
shit game that's not worth playing, and there's Kusoge. Kusoge is shit game, but still worth playing.
Yeah.
You know?
And so yeah, like for when it comes to traditional fighting games, or rather, to footsie based fighting games, the first representative of that genre to me is Fantasy Strike.
That one came and it went. That
Yes.
had some characters I was really partial to, so I tried to make that work.
To me, all of the characters just seemed like lame takes on other characters that I like better. And then it didn't help that like it had the same game feel problem as Battle for the Grid, where like I get that it's an indie game. Like I can't expect the moon. So it's fair, it's fine. But also pressing buttons feels bad and I don't want to play this. So yeah, that's that's my thing with that. So yeah, for hyper fighters, which like I will count like I will count fucking Tokon as a hyper fighter because it has 4 characters with assists.
It
Like
certainly looks like it's trying.
yeah. Like
The question is the amount of sauce.
yeah.
And that has been the great concern. Because it has seemed like there is a distinct possibility that Arxis is still, with this game, having the philosophy from Strive of sauce. There's an inverse ratio of sauce to money generated.
Yeah.
Which feels strange because, like, it's coming off of DBFZ, which is like the game that made everybody go, "Oh shit, Arxis makes good fighting games."
See that
And
see I
like
was gonna bring that
DBFZ
up.
is not your Oh, go ahead.
I was actually gonna bring that up of like Tokon. I have less fear of it being a Battle for the Grid because Battle for the Grid has all of the things above that are not great about it. As someone who isn't enamored with the Power Rangers IP and just overall didn't like the game feel. But really the thing there is Fighter Z, which also feels bad to me.
Yeah, Fighter Z has sauce, in fairness, but Fighter Z does feel a bit weird as a fighting game. But on top of that, Fighter Z, a big thing with Fighter Z is Super Dash exists.
Yes.
And Tokon, to my knowledge, does not have a Super Dash equivalent. So that is something that is a little bit of security. But Fighter Z combo routes feel weird in Fighter Z. I definitely got used to it. I don't remember. What's your feeling on Fighter Z's whole thing of like, yeah, so the optimal combo route for most of the characters is going to start with crouching medium into regular medium into short hop and now start the combo.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
Like I can be fine with some variants there, because like in uni, for example, Yuzu usually has a combo that I found with her, where you can either do the pickup with standing medium punch or crouching medium punch, or with attack, because that's what they cut it up into. But whatever, and the crouching actually works better because it has a better pickup. Like I'm
Yeah.
fine with that, but that's also Yuzu specific. that's not.
Yeah.
That's just not. That's not a universal thing. That's a thing that I have learned through character mastery. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a thing of if combo routes are standardized enough, then I want the Magic series. I want standing light, medium, heavy, and then I can just do whatever the fuck out of that. Or I don't want the
Yeah. And
universal whatchamacallit combo route.
yeah, and Fighter Z runs into that problem because like Magic Series exists in Fighter Z, but it's not really super optimal. Depending on the character.
Yeah.
Then again, some characters in Fighter Z are like oddball. Like 16, like if 16's in, then 16 wants to do the crouching medium punch into regular medium punch and then jump up from there. But a lot of time, what 16 is doing is 16 is charging up just a raw heavy to push through whatever the hell the opponent's doing. And then from there, he has to work with wall bounce combos, where most of the rest of the cast is working with like the combos off of just a short hop.
Yeah. And I think also a big reason that I don't like the game feel of Fighter Z is just the auto combos, which they might not be whatchamacallit optimal or whatever, but I don't want to be I don't know, like I don't want to be in pressure mashing jab and then the character decides that they actually want to do a roundhouse kick. That just feels bad to me.
Yeah, and that's one that is like that one's a rough one because like that's pretty well just going to be the standard for pretty well every hyper fighter that isn't Marvel vs. Capcom itself.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the solution a lot of fighting game devs have to. We want Jimmy doesn't give a fuck to be able to get in and get a combo by mashing when he goes on to play with his buddies who play Marvel vs. Capcom once a month and are not going to lab or learn it at all because they don't give a shit.
Yeah. And like really above everything else that I have a problem with in Fighter Z, that actually is genuinely the major thing that turns me off from it, the auto combos and the way they are implemented. Like that's also the reason I don't own KOF 15.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of those things also where you and I have a major difference because I don't mash to get out of pressure. I don't mash jab. Jab is a button that I forget to press in any game other than Street Fighter.
see, I've learned to I don't mesh jab to get out of pressure. I mesh jab in pressure, so it fucks me up.
Oh, to try and apply pressure? Okay,
Yeah.
I definitely don't do it there because in my head, jab is the button. If I mash it multiple times, the game pushes me away,
Uh
and I don't
to
want
me
that.
to me jab is like it depends on the game and the character and all that, of course, but like jab is a good quick way of like fuck you, you're still in block pressure for me.
Okay, you and I have opposite philosophies there because in my head, the button I press for jab for block pressure is I want to mash. I not mash. I don't want to mash anything. The button I want to press when I'm putting my opponent in block pressure is a heavy button that has a lot of plus frames. That's what I want.
Uh See, like I don't give a fuck about frames, so to me it's just like okay, so I'm gonna set up for this special that it takes like 15 years to come out. But to set up for a special, hey Pink, by the way.
Hello, hello.
So
Hey,
to set up for the special, I'm gonna need you to stop moving. So I need to make sure that you're scared. So I'm gonna give you like a second to be able to try and get out of the blood pressure. And if it doesn't beat Jeb, then tough luck. Because if I jab you out of whatever you're doing, then unless you're going full monkey, which most people don't do, and especially you don't. Like this is especially technically against you, Alex. But like if I can catch you trying to get out of the block pressure, then you will stop, and then I have time to set up for the other shit that I wanted to do.
yeah, I could probably stand to learn to mash more often when I'm pressuring somebody.
And then again, like, this isn't about mashing. Like, well, how do I put it exactly? Because like I don't mesh in Street Fighter. If I mesh, it's just whatchamacallit. It's with normals that I don't really use a whole lot, So in Fighter Z, I mash because I don't know these characters' kits. It's that easy. And that's also why it fucks me up, why the auto combos fuck me up. Because I can't learn what normal this does. When if I press the button once it does a jab and then it does a roundhouse kick. But like usually once we get to the point of like we're playing a game repeatedly, bless you. Then I'm I'm good about actually stopping meshing at all. Unless it's some weirdo input timing with like a super or special where I have to piano the keys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I really don't like auto combos. Like genuinely, if they added a toggle to Fighter Z, I would find it a better game. And I know this because Multi-Blood Type Lumina has auto combos the same way, and then there's also a toggle, and I find it a better game. Yeah?
Yeah, that explains a lot of why, like, I actually did not understand why you hated auto combos for the longest time, other than just simply feeling that it cuts out a lot of the skill of fighting games. I figured it was honestly just a thing of like, oh, I figured it was just one of those things of like, modern mode isn't honest, one of those deals, right?
Oh no,
that makes a lot more. That makes a lot more sense now that you've said like, no, it's because I can't. It makes it where I can't jab to get out of pressure or get into pressure.
Yeah. No, like even with modern, my major gripe with modern is that it makes it makes things feel lopsided, like in Street Fighter 6. Genuinely, if they added a buffer to the inputs in modern, I would not complain about it ever again. And I barely complain about it as is, honestly.
Yeah.
Like if they just made it like, hey, if you do a Shoryuken input, then okay, it takes roughly the usual time that it would take for someone to do the motion. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not gonna be like, hey, you can do a Shoryuken with a button. It just shouldn't be instant.
Just add a 6-frame buffer.
Yes, that would actually just like, yeah, you can even remove the damage debuff because I barely fucking feel it. So.
All right, I have a question now. Actually, now that Pink's here.
Yeah.
How many news topics are left to hit before we get to Avatar?
I believe none. I think that's genuinely the thing that's coming up, so Pink came in at the right time.
Yes.
Very nice.
So hey, the Avatar Legends open beta went on.
Yes.
That it did.
So how are we feeling about the game, boys?
It's been less than 24 hours since we first started playing it. I'm already going through withdrawals.
Pink found the one. I will say, I was very pleasantly surprised. Like, I'm not gonna say that I'll buy it on release just because I'm not sure about how I'll have money, but otherwise I would.
I'm a vain little bitch. I saw the sprites, and I went, ooh, yeah. And I saw the smear frame sprites, and that made me go, oh, they got passion for this. And then I heard that some of the people involved were kind of the mentality of, we want to do crazy shit, and we want to experiment gameplay-wise. And I went, ooh, okay, they may be cooking. And everything I've seen since has made me go, like, the definitive moment when I heard that Korra gets a unique bonus that's exclusive to her if she gets first hit without ever blocking, and Zuko has a redemption meter, was when I heard those, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a good fighting game.
Yeah.
Which was a bold gamble to take, because those don't guarantee you're gonna get a good fighting game. But I was like, I'm feeling it. This is gonna work.
Yeah, the way I would summarize my experience with Avatar, despite the control problems that I had because of the way that we played it, like,
right.
Aside from that, I would genuinely just describe it as BlazBlue that is more palatable, Which is good, because Blaze Blue is pretty fucking good when it hits good, it's right, and this game is just the moments when Blaze Blue hits right. So,
The normals are a lot more sane in Avatar
Yes.
Legend.
Yes. Like, I think you weren't here. We talked about Blaze Blue because it's getting a new character, and I said that, like, if they just made the normals more normal, like if the regular ass moves that the characters do weren't so crazy, then I would like the game a lot more, and that is what Avatar did. So,
For point of comparison, when you imagine a light punch in a fighting game, Pink, what does that look like?
It looks like your standard light punch, quick jab.
Okay. A lot of Blaze Blue characters will, like, I don't know, they're going to do like a palm directly upwards into the sky. Or they're going to twist backwards and then, like, kick with their heel ever so slightly above the ground. What do you imagine a heavy punch looks like?
Well, that's gonna be a classic 1980s wind up haymaker.
Okay. What if instead they, like, kind of take a step backwards, do a full 360 spin around, and then throw a lariat, but because their arms are actually rather short and they took a step backwards, the lariat's actually got about the same range that you would expect a light punch to have. But then here's another character that their heavy punch is a big wind-up swing with a big sword that covers half the screen.
Naturally, yes.
And it's a 40-character roster, and every single one of them, it's a complete toss-up what any normal button is going to look like.
Yes.
Mm.
There's a character, I mean, it's not a normal button, but it's close enough. There's a character in the game with a super where she does an overhead kick and it hits low.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Avatar is a lot more sane. There are characters with weird normals in Avatar, but it's like, yeah, it makes sense because this character has parts of their kit that are really good. So if their normals were really good, that'd be kind of monstrous. Because, like, Toph and Azula both seem to have kind of iffy normals. But that's fine, because, like, their special moves are fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a thing of, like, it's not a universal thing. We can afford one or two characters having weird normals because that's just how they play. Blaze Blue, everyone is fucking crazy. And that's great for the people who like that. But also, it makes it so, I don't know what the fuck a button does. Like,
yeah. Blaze Blue is one of those games that really just demands you to, like, yeah, you must have played this character before, because otherwise you're not going to be able to pick up on off the top, like, oh, this is how this character works. Like, no, this character works weird and does not behave by any of the rules you would expect.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, back to...
I was just gonna add, one of these days, we'll do like a 15-minute session where Pink tries out Blaze Blue just so he can see Nightmare crack fucking Avatar. What it
I don't
like.
know about that. All right. Avatar, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us really solidly figured out the big combos there.
Yeah.
But just the neutral feels so fucking good in that game.
Yeah, I was close to figuring stuff out with Toph, I felt like, near the end. But also every time I started to get stuff going, Toph would just stop. So...
Yeah, we've not said it outright yet. It is worth noting for anyone who is happening to watch this that will not watch the Avatar Legends fighting game video that we release in
a bit. Probably, like, it's probably gonna be a bonus video.
Okay, I don't know if that's one of those ones that's like, yeah, it's coming out in 2 years.
Yeah.
The way we did things to take advantage of the local multiplayer feature and make sure that we only fight each other and not online randos was Pink installed the open beta and then we parseced it, which was fine for me because the Indiana to Texas connection is not too bad. The Texas to Hungary connection is less good, and it's really weird. It's got some additional hang-on effects we can't figure out, but that's not relevant just right now. But it led to a situation where the game was only Parsec was only reading Addy's inputs about 1/3 of the time, and when it would read one of Addy's inputs, it would continue to read repeats of that input for the next 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So Addy was playing Avatar Legends with a unique hobbling factor.
And it speaks to the game's strengths that, like, I still enjoyed it, despite all that, you know? I think.
This is true.
Like, hell, it speaks to the game's strengths that I could not only figure out, but also take a match, I think, too.
Yeah.
Despite all that.
Yeah.
And it speaks to Top being fucking OP that I did it with her both times.
So I got a simple question that's nonetheless one that is worth asking. Out of the beta roster, obviously we haven't got access to Ozai or Kyoshi yet. And was there anyone else missing from the beta roster other than Ozai and Kyoshi?
Zahir.
Zahir, right. Okay, well, no one's going to like Zahir. But
Correct.
barring the potential that Ozai and Kyoshi, because I think there's a very good chance that Kyoshi's going to be my character, and there's a very distinct chance Ozai's going to be Addy's character. Barring the possibility of that, out of that roster, who we feeling as each of our faves?
That's a great question. I think the 3 that I really felt most comfortable with last night, I would have to say Korra, Sokka, Toph. I think those 3 were easily the most comfortable. I don't know. Actually, I might replace Toph with Zuko. It's really hard to choose between them all because we didn't play it for too terribly long. But the matches we had were really fun. Really fun characters, really cool designs. If I had a water gun to my head, because we can't talk about violence here, that would be not If I had a water gun to my head, I think I was kind of feeling Zuko the most.
Okay.
He's got fun breakdance moves, so I vibe with that.
All right. Well, for me, it's a toss-up between Toph and Sokka.
Okay.
Because Toph, like, even though I never used her command grabs, Toph has, like, just from what I've played, has a lot of potential to just fucking throw you all over the screen.
So did none of us ever find Toph's command grab?
You did.
No, I didn't. That was a regular throw.
Oh, then no.
Yeah. We never opened the move list for Toph. We only opened the move list for a couple characters.
True.
Azula, Korra, and... God, who else do we open the move list for?
Ong? No.
We opened it for Zuko, because that's how we learned about his redemption mechanics.
Yeah.
Out anyway.
Yes. We did not open the move list for Ong, otherwise I would have figured out how the air scooter works.
Yeah.
See, Aang was a lot of fun, but I didn't have a clue as to what I was doing. So...
Ong seems like he's got advanced stuff out of the air scooter, but you don't have to, because he's got such fucking good footsies buttons. He's got such reach and such air movement.
Yeah. But yeah, Sokka just...
Yeah, go
ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Sokka to me seemed very explosive. The thing is, like, it also really speaks to the game's strengths that in the 2 hours, 3 hours that we played of it, you already could see all the different playstyles that we had with the characters, even when using the same grooves.
Yes.
Because, like, I was a very combo-heavy Ong when I could get him to move.
Yes.
Conversely, I was a very defensive Toph. Genuinely, I think
You seem to be using Toph zoning a bit more, whereas I only threw it in when I was just trying to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, it also comes down to, the bet connection, and also just zoning is a lot safer when you can't really control what the character is doing half the time. So
That's true.
so it just really came in handy that she had a good answer to people getting in and then also keeping them out a bit before she eventually gets a brain fart and then just stands there for half a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how that changes when I get the game and and we play regularly, because I would assume
Oh, yeah.
that my playstyle will change.
All of ours will, because I'm going to be hitting the lab on several of those characters. I didn't get to hit the lab yesterday, so it's
Yeah.
like, I can tell some of these characters are cooking, but I don't know how just yet.
Yeah, and with Sokka specifically, like Pink was really good at using his boomerang and using his sword moves. I know already from the first fucking match. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't commit to it because of the way that the lag was happening. But I fucking know that if I pick up Sokka in the full game, I'm gonna play him like Junpei.
But every time I played Sokka, I was just like, yeah, this is Guy, but with more layers to the mix-up, because fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I would say the top three for me, Toph, Zuko, Ong. But Sokka's right there as honorable mentions.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest, the only character I didn't vibe with on that roster was Korra, which I find funny because, like, my top picks sounded very similar to Pink's, except that Pink's top pick is Korra, and I'm like, no, I didn't like Korra. The drop kick's cool, but other than that, I did not vibe with the rest of Korra's moveset. She was the only one on the roster that I was honestly just like, nope, not for me.
She's too vanilla.
Korra does feel like she's the Ryu of the roster.
I can agree to that.
Like, Ong you would suspect, because it's like, well, it's Ong. But, like, no, Ong's kind of like, Ong's got good footsies if you want to play him as Mr. Honest Neutral Man. But Ong's got such ridiculous movement, and you can tell the air scooter's going to be... The air scooter and presumably the ability to just return straight to the ground from the air means he's probably got some nasty mixed-up stuff.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I'm in a lucky position also because I'm like, oh man, Toph was great, and Zuko was great, Sokka was great, Ong was great. I think I could get into Katara if I was able to go into the lab with her and actually learn the water whip stuff. All this, even though I'm like, yeah, I'm expecting Kyoshi's going to be my one. I always go for the big body characters. If they're there, I do. The only game where it's like, yeah, I don't care for the big body character is Uni. Which is funny because that's the one game where Addy's like, yeah, the big body character's the one for me.
I mean, I play half the Unicast though. Like that's
true.
They made that game for me specifically.
Yeah, Uni, you and I kind of swap there. Uni, I pick there's a certain little selection of characters I like a lot in Uni, and you're the Shang Tsung though for Uni.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So with Kyoshi and Ozai, we can guess that Ozai's probably going to be a big, mean, bully character. He's probably not going to be like Gazula, where he just wants you to be locked in Blockstone and then just continuously wants to chip you to death. But I'm getting the feeling from Ozai. Have they shown a game? Well, obviously they haven't shown a gameplay trailer for Ozai yet. They've not officially confirmed him. It was due to an accidental leak that we know that Ozai's on the launch roster. But Ozai, I get the feeling he's going to be a Geese Howard, Rugal Bernstein type of situation. Of like, here's the boss character with the nasty, oppressive stuff.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I get there. Playing that roster and seeing like, oh man, everybody on this roster's got something nasty going on here. I feel like Ozai's got to be real stinky because he's got to be the boss. He's got to be the boss. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Pink, I never saw him actually fight because, the show wasn't broadcast far enough, I guess. But how did Ozai even fight? Like, well, firebending stuff, of course, but like,
It's hard to put actions into words, especially since I'm not good with words anyway. But There's a lot of flight-based stuff going on with Ozai in the finale because during the finale he's powered up by the comet, so his power level spiked past 9,000 or whatever the Dragon Ball Z meme is.
Yeah.
Assuming that is Dragon Ball Z that I'm referencing. So if they're going to try to be accurate to the finale of Avatar, I'd expect him to work similarly to Zuko, but a lot more because they had a lot of air movement and the missile drop kicks.
Yeah.
So I expect if they're doing it like taken from the show, I would expect Ozai to be very dash heavy character with a lot of heavy hitting, like crowd control is not quite the right
Hang on,
word,
I gotta
but
step out for a second.
you better.
Okay.
Thinking back to the show, I definitely would have to say if they're gonna pull from the series finale, it would be a lot of air dashes, for sure.
Okay. Sounds
Maybe
like
even
you.
like
Yeah.
air mobility, where it's not just a straight up dash.
Yeah.
He could
Yeah,
they could
dashing.
possibly give him like levitation up
Yeah.
there.
Sounds like an Alex character, honestly. Like he sounds like Magneto.
I was just about to make that comparison. Have you ever played Children of the Atom? Because
No, but
Magneto is the
Magneto
boss
remained
character in
very close to that going forward. So
yes,
yeah.
Yeah,
very close to it.
Magneto kind of
Not
never
quite
got
the same.
nerfed.
Yeah, not quite the same oppressive power level as Children of the Atom, but in Children of the Atom, as a boss character, Magneto can literally, I was about to say meditate, not the word, levitate in the sky and just rain hell down upon you. It really sucks when you're playing as Wolverine in the arcade
Yeah,
mode and you're like,
popcorn.
well, I just gotta sit here and wait.
Don't you love popcorn?
Yeah,
Yes.
and like Children of the Atom Wolverine was arguably as strong as Wolverine ever got under Capcom too.
Yeah.
Like ignoring the boss characters, the three kings of Children of the Atom are Wolverine, Sentinel, and Omega Red. And hey, Sentinel got to keep that king title, but Wolverine and Omega Red were never that strong again.
Yeah.
Also, while I was muted for a little bit, I was watching the Kyoshi trailer. Kyoshi is actually not seemingly a grappler. She looks like she is, for grounded game, she is all about armor and what initially looked like a parry, but then she did it raw, which implies it's not a parry, it's just armored. But a lot of armored stuff, which makes sense. If you're gonna be that fucking big, you better be armored. And oddly enough, she seems to be the queen of big air combos.
Oh.
Because she has a double jump and she has an 8-way air dash.
Okay.
Yeah, and unsurprisingly, she has big hitboxes, which, yes, that makes sense. So, Kyoshi, I don't know who the grappler is supposed to be other than, I guess, maybe Toph. I just didn't find it while we were playing the other day. I'll find it come July 23rd. But Kyoshi seems to be Miss Big Screen Control, lots of armor, very oppressive. Try and contest her at your peril type of character.
Yeah.
Kind of calls to mind to me like Aganos from Killer Instinct. If Ozai's going to be a big air maneuverability character, the question is going to be, okay, how do they make that different from Ong and Zuko? Which, if he's going to be very big hitbox air stuff, that would help do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ong's pretty well air maneuverability king, and Zuko's dive kick king, so... Which that in and of itself was also tied into a thing of like us having different philosophies. Like I know, like Pink, you said, "Oh, like Zuko's cool. He's got the breakdancing moves." I thought, "Wow, I never used those." I throw a Rapukin every now and then to try and make you think I'm going to stay on the ground, but I'm not staying on the ground. I'm playing fucking Zuko. I didn't pick this fucking character to stay on the ground.
I didn't pick no motherfucking Zubest on a dive kick.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Have we got anything else we're feeling about Avatar Legends?
Think?
Like, nothing in specifics, no.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, you know what? Let me pitch one last question.
We do have one more bit of news. Actually,
Well,
before
before that,
Okay, go ahead then.
how do you want Iroh to play? I'm pitching that to both of you.
Okay, I already started talking about this when we were playing the game yesterday. I want him to have a drinking mechanic, but he drinks tea. The more tea he drinks, I don't know. He could deal more damage, but that's kind of boring. I think what would be better is if they take a page out of one Jamie's shoe. I think that's his last name, Siu. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. Whatever, and make it so he has like he has like the more he drinks, the more follow ups his attacks get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying like the system is that Iroh starts off his like old kind of out of practice self, but the more tea he drinks, the more he starts to remember how much of a badass he was back in his general days?
More or less, yeah.
Okay. Because that was something I thought was like, oh, for Iroh to be able to like throw down with the rest of the cast, like including Ong and Ozai, who should logically be out of his league. Like, my understanding of Iroh was supposed to be that even though Iroh is still a badass of some variety by the time of Last Airbender, he's still out of what's the word? Out of practice. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pink.
You're a little bit wrong, but not the way one would typically think.
Okay. I mean, he's still aware of how to lightning bend, so at the very least, he's still
Oh,
got
absolutely.
that. Which, if Azula's not the queen of lightning bending as presented in the game, because there's a lot of fire going on with her, is Iroh going to be the lightning bending guy?
I don't think they would make Iroh the lightning guy. If anybody's gonna get all the lightning stuff, it'll probably be Ozai, even though to my immediate recollection, Ozai only launches lightning like twice in the show.
But
I
it's
feel
pretty
like
cool lightning.
I could I could swear Azula does it a lot more on the show than than either Iroh or Ozai, to be honest, and not a lot of lightning in her moveset either. So that'll be interesting to see. I don't see them making Iroh the lightning guy though, because that's not exactly what he's known for. Iroh's big thing in the series, it gets transferred off Zuko, but Iroh's big thing in the series is that he's to a point, the only firebender who could redirect lightning when it was shot at him. So when he gets added to the game, I want him to be the stinkiest Injustice 2 type zoner character. He just has absolutely oppressive zoning tools and mechanics. And if you get too close, he can like do a belly bounce, knock you back into the other side of the screen, so you're back to square one. And if you try to shoot your projectiles at him, he can just redirect it back at you. And there's gonna be like no way to get in. There's gonna be no openings. Iroh's gonna be at the very tippiest top of the meta charts, and people are gonna like
Uninstall
hate
the
his
game.
guts for
Yeah.
all time. Uninstall the game. They're gonna call him the cheapest character to ever cheap, and it's gonna cause the entire downfall of the fighting game community and maybe the world at large. But that's just how it's gotta be. Damn it!
You forgot about his desperation super. Very. He shoots out the beam from his mouth and then takes control of your character with your health bar.
All right.
Yeah.
I got two things to observe about that. For one thing, Injustice did have a zoner with the lightning projectile who was very stinky at the launch of Injustice 2. Black Adam, of course.
Yeah, Black Adam.
But then people learned how to crouch. But the other thing, the other thing is when you said redirecting lightning, that made me think for a second you were about to say, oh, Iroh's going to be the parry monster character of the roster. Okay, interesting. No, you went in a very different direction there.
Yeah. I mean, giving Iroh geese parries, regardless of which war ideas he actually has, would be interesting.
It would kind of make sense, though, for him to be the more old, reserved master type.
Yeah.
And, God, I mean, well, parries are now base roster. But there was, Zuko did have the sword parry as, like, an actually classic geese-style parry.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, there's still room for it on the roster.
Indeed.
All right. What was the last bit of news we wanted to hit before we moved on to 2K26? Six, yes.
Yes. Well, a guest character has been confirmed for Season 5 of Guilty Gear Strive. So, which rapist is it?
Oh, yes. Which rapist is it? Well, Street Fighter successfully... No, I nearly said Street Fighter successfully avoided adding a rapist, and I remembered what they've done with Alex. Fuck! Well, the issue is you can't get more fucked up than Ronaldo, and you can't get funnier than Yujiro Hanma.
True.
You objectively can't get funnier for adding a rapist to your fighting game than Yujiro Hanma, who is, for one thing, a fictional character and has not hurt anyone in real life. But on top of that, the character that Yujiro Hanma has canonically raped is Donald Trump.
I forgot about that.
Oh, have you not heard about this, Pink?
I don't even know who the hell you're talking about.
So Tekken's adding a character, Yujiro Hanma, from the manga Baki, which is a notoriously insane martial arts manga that is made up of boxers and wrestlers and MMA fighters doing illogical, insane stuff because the manga writer either has no understanding of the way biology and laws of physics work or just doesn't give a fuck. And it's not like the usual stuff where it's like, oh, magic allows martial arts to throw fireballs. No. Yujiro Hanma is so good at martial arts. For one thing, you can cave in his face, and his control of his own face muscles is so good he can reform his face. And he practices this by laying down and having construction workers take pile drivers to his face and cave his face in, and then he flexes his face muscles, which makes them return to normal. But you may have seen a certain famous panel from Baki where initially the character was depicted laying up in a hospital bed, and the characters are ludicrously muscular in this series. So someone thought it'd be really funny. They edited it and got rid of his entire body below the neck because he was in a full body cast. They got rid of his entire body below the neck.
Yeah. I
see a little bean.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yujiro Hanma is like the primary antagonist of Baki, at least for the early chunks, who is the protagonist's father, who is not only the greatest martial artist in the world with exact control of his muscles, he is also a serial rapist of both women and men. And he explains that he rapes men because he has so much testosterone that to him a man is a woman because of the comparison of testosterone. And he is the world's greatest martial artist to such a degree that all of the countries of the world have signed agreements for him to not fight them. And when Donald Trump gets elected president of the United States and he finds out that this is happening, he says, no, that's dumb. So Yujiro Hanma establishes his supremacy by raping both Trump and Elon Musk.
Amazing.
It also needs to be said. Yeah.
Tekken is adding this character as a playable character in Tekken 8.
Also, I have heard that Baki, it's still ongoing, by the way. Baki,
Yes.
for the past half a year or something like that, like maybe longer, has been nothing but chapters upon chapters of Yujiro Hanma glazing. Like, it's just weekly updates on what stupid bullshit Yujiro Hanma did that did no harm to him.
My understanding of that series is that it more or less is a proper martial arts manga until they introduce Yujiro, and the writer realizes that he likes Yujiro better than he likes the hero, even though he made Yujiro the villain. So when he gets to the part where it's supposed to be the big climactic showdown between hero and villain, Baki loses to Yujiro, but Yujiro's like, actually, that was still cool that you did give me enough of a fight that I actually felt something for the first time ever. So I'm just going to let you go, and I'm going to stop being an asshole. Except when I rape the President of the United States, which I will continue to do.
It's fine, he deserves it.
And apparently there are panels where Joe Biden is telling Trump, don't fuck with Yujiro. I'm speaking from experience here. And Trump's like, nah, I can do this.
I'm gonna see if I can find these.
Let me just throw on this last bit, because it just adds to the comedy. To try and protect themselves, they made sure not to call Biden Biden or Trump Trump. Do you want to know what the names are for the versions of Biden and Trump in the Baki manga? Pink.
Not entirely sure.
Joseph Biden and Donald Trump.
Of course, yes.
He just swapped the M and N in their names.
Nice.
That is delightful.
Oh, shit. So yeah, that's the issue Guilty Gear is going to have if they want to add a rapist. Okay, here's what they could do. Here's what they could fucking do. And I would actually applaud this one and go like, okay, you know what? This actually kind of makes it worth it. If they wanted to add a rapist and they wanted to keep things consistent with the last guest character, the next guest character, add Adam Smasher. Another Cyberpunk character, he is also a rapist. He is also kind of just the Yujiro Hanma of the Cyberpunk universe.
Yeah.
Like, ignoring the fact that, at least in some playthroughs of Cyberpunk 2077, you can, in fact, finally kill Adam Smasher. My understanding of Adam Smasher in Cyberpunk lore for the, 20 years that this franchise has existed, 30 years this franchise has existed, is like, Adam Smasher is the exact same role as Yujiro. He's the big evil guy. He's a fucking rapist. He kills people. He does the impossible. He defies the laws of physics of his own universe because you should not be sane when you are as much machine as Adam Smasher is. He defies the laws of psychology by his own universe. No one else is capable of what he's done. And, he just gets away with it.
No
one stops Adam Smasher.
My understanding of Adam Smasher is that he is he is the storm to the Cyberpunk's Fortnite. But if you really want this session to be over, or if you really want these characters to die, you just go, hey, Adam Smasher is here.
And then just instantaneous code to the players of your tabletop group of, we need to leave. And he would also be an interesting fighting game character because he would not play the same way Lucy does at all.
Nope. Very much not.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Pink, because you would certainly know that better than I have, because I've gotten a third of the way through Cyberpunk 2077 and just kind of stopped because of technical difficulties. Whereas you've beaten that game twice, right?
I think it's 4 times now, but yes, go ahead.
I believe I had heard that in the tabletop, while he has the best combat stats you can ever have, his hacking stats are actually kind of mid. For the 2077, didn't they actually buff up his hacking stats to also be top of the line just to make it so that no matter what build you're rocking, Adam Smasher is the strongest enemy in the entire game?
No matter what your stats are, no matter what your build is, Adam Smasher has a counter for everything. So it will, no matter how strong you think you are, it's going to take about 20 minutes to beat him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that game lost and people went mad. Adam Smasher sucks. What the hell do they do? And then there was an update a year in, hey, we buffed Adam Smasher.
Yep. So, yeah, apparently, I've not actually seen the videos, but I've heard the rumors where at launch, you could in fact defeat Adam Smasher using the dildo weapon that you acquire. So, somewhere out there's a video of somebody smacking Adam Smasher to death with a dildo. And that is not possible anymore. Not without a lot of, at least I would have to assume, it takes, on average, a very nice build, on average, to beat Adam Smasher about 20 minutes. I would imagine if you try to take on Adam Smasher with a dildo now, it'd take at least an hour. At least.
You'd have to build an entire conscious build for the whole fucking game to make yourself as tanky as possible just to survive how much offense he's throwing back at you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. They should not only add Adam Smasher to Guilty Gear Strive. If Faust is playing against Adam Smasher, and only then, one of Faust's items he should be able to get out of item throw is the dildo weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Addy, what's your stupid answer for a Guilty Gear Strive guest character?
And that makes it difficult because they also have to be a rapist, but
that limits the pool somewhat.
yes. Zack from Dead or Alive.
Who did you say from Dead or Alive?
Zack, I think that's his name.
Zack's not a rapist. He's a perv, but he's not a rapist. He's actually depicted as being kind of a gentleman sometimes.
Okay, then who
However,
Rido.
You're thinking of the final boss of the first game.
Yeah.
Rye or Rao,
Rido.
or whatever his name was.
Not
Rido. Yes, that guy is actually canonically a rapist. Yes, that is how Purple Hair Girl exists. Because Rido raped her mom.
Yeah. Okay, actually, no. I have a better answer.
Okay.
Kazuya Mishima. And we're following the Tekken Evolution plotline.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tekken, okay, was it Tekken Evolution? What the fuck was it called? The Tekken movie, the first one. Oh, the one that.
Oh, geez, the live action one.
Yes, the one that follows remakes the story of 3. In that one, they made it so Jin is a product of rape.
Oh, that sucks. That's like the only two humanizing elements Kazuya has are that even though he's the biggest piece of shit in the world, he still loves Jun and he still loves Jinpachi. He doesn't love Jinpachi enough not to kill him. But he loved Jinpachi until he killed him.
No, the two humanizing things about Kazuya is that he loves Jun and he loves sneakers.
That's true. He's got 3 things he loves. He loves it. Love wife, love grandpa, love sneakers.
Yeah. But yeah, so in the movie, they in whatchamacallit, flashback, they show the aftermath, of him literally raping her on the corridor, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
that is so insulting to Kazuya and Jun and Jin all in one maneuver. Like, the Jun that I know from Tekken would fucking rip Kazuya's dick off before he could get that far.
Yeah.
She turned into a fucking goo monster and eat him before that happened.
Yeah. Why do you think she turned into a goo monster?
Don't ruin Unknown for me. Don't ruin Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for me.
But yeah, so yeah, if I want to go for the stupidest answer with that, Kazuya I think is a good answer because not only is that not canon to the games, it's also not canon to Tekken at all anymore.
All right, Pink, what fictional rapist is Guilty Gear missing?
I'm not entirely up to date on my fictional rapist lore.
There's got to be a stupid
comedian from Watchmen.
Comedian from Watchmen. Oh my god! Wow, that's. I almost think he'd see Faust and kind of get Faust on some level, right? Ugh. Oh boy, yeah. People didn't like Happy Chaos as a character in Guilty Gear who was just Gunman. So don't worry, here comes Gunman times 5.
Yeah. See, like the thing is that these Strife players, they are too soft. They need to feel the love of NetherRealm.
NRS is so No, NRS has not avoided having a rapist. Freddy Krueger.
Yep. Virtual
God.
Fighter.
There's not been a Virtual Fighter rapist yet, has there? Now we're going down the stupid road of what fighting game franchises don't have rapists. Virtual Fighter has so little story. Like, it's really just a few characters. Like, okay, well, Sarah gets brainwashed every fucking year. Jackie's like, damn it, where's my sister? Jeffrey's like, fucking Shark.
Yeah.
I was just the other day watching William and Pat talk about it and saying, like, Virtual Fighter's story is so non-existent that the only story anyone can fucking remember from Virtual Fighter is Jeffrey hates the shark. That's it. Then there's the rest of the cast that isn't sharks.
Yeah. What the fuck do you mean?
There's no rapists in the SNK sphere.
I mean, no playable ones, I don't think. One of the now not canon versions of K49, I think, was a product of rape, but because that's what it actually was the style at the time.
Oh, was that Nameless?
Maybe.
Yeah, that would seem right for Nameless, which one could argue Nameless in and of himself is a rape of K49. I respect by now. They're like, yeah, fuck it. K49's here. He's a ripoff of fucking Tetsuo. Deal with it. Or not Tetsuo. Yeah, Tetsuo.
Kind of. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kaneda is the one chasing him.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Oof.
I mean, even then, like they didn't go, hey, K49 is back. They went, hey, here's, fuck, what did they call him? I wanted to call him Chrysalid, but that's a different guy. Cronin, there we go. That's his name now.
And got Blaze Blue. We don't know Blaze Blue lore, but there's got to be one in there. There's no fucking way.
Alternate Universe Ragnar.
Oh, God, right. The weird Ragnar Jin stuff.
Oh, no, not even that. I mean, that too, yes. But no, if memory serves, there's something weird going on with the young Ragnar, the one that you like, the one who stretches, where he's like fucking his sister or something.
Oh, yes, that guy. I forgot he was an alternate universe version of Ragnar. Yes, I remembered that guy being that way, which is why I have trouble, because he's one of the only Blaze Blue characters that I'm just like, yeah, I like everything about this character's kit. I like the way this character feels. And I look into his story, and it's like, oh, he also was fucking banging his cousin. Why? Why does this keep happening?
Sweet home Alabama.
Fucking hell.
So apparently,
it's only happened 2 or 3 times off the top of my head, but the fact that it has happened this many times.
Yeah. So I went, hey, I feel like I remember Lao-chan being a piece of shit for some reason or another. And he's not, for one. He's, grayish when it comes to morals. But the thing that really fucks me up about him is that Pai is apparently his daughter.
Yes. And apparently they're indicating Lao's dead in Virtua Fighter 6. Which is crazy to me. Like, I mean, I respect them actually just straight up saying, like, yep, cancer got him. And it's like, yeah, that's been taking a while, but makes sense. I would appreciate if they honestly just did have him as a DLC character and explicitly label him as non-canon, right?
Nightmare Lao.
Exactly. Just do that. That pisses me off so bad. There's a lot that pisses me off about Tekken. But it pisses me off that Tekken 7 made a big point of like, hey, we've killed Heihachi for real this time. Then Tekken 8 was like, nah, actually, Heihachi's still alive.
I mean,
fuck you.
You should have known this would happen when Kazuya died once and then came back and then died again and then came back and then died again and then came back. Like,
in fairness with Kazuya, technically speaking, the original Kazuya is still dead. We've been dealing with a clone ever since. But nonetheless, like Heihachi, it honestly just was He's too cool for the volcano to kill him. It was like a relaxing spa bath for him. Fuck you. They explicitly just brought him back because it's Tekken. You're not gonna make a Tekken game with no Heihachi, and Heihachi's probably my favorite Tekken character. So it's like, yeah, hey, I appreciate that they included Heihachi on the playable roster. Make a fucking commitment to the fucking story. You fucks. This is like
But
I fucking hate Tekken story. I hate it. Hate.
They can't make a commitment to the story because they're too busy committing to super moves and the X's.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's wrap it up and say fighting games were.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get some food started, and I've launched Parsec so we can kick on the Parsec thing.
All right. Well then, I guess Pink.
Yes.
Do you know the shtick?
Vaguely.
Okay. Well then, I guess fighting games were.
Fighting games were.